Joining us right now is ocean explorer Tom Detweiler. He led the team that found the wreckage of the Titanic. He's also a close friend with P.H. Nargeolet, one of the people on board that missing Titan vessel. Tom, thank you so much for coming in. What are your thoughts on this new reporting that we were just talking about with Miguel Marquez of search crews picking up repeated banging sounds via sonar devices? Does that give you hope?
Well, like everybody, you want to hold out hope until there can be no more hope. The banging sounds are interesting because knowing P.H. Nargeolet and his experience with submersibles and his background in submarines, this is exactly how he would try to indicate that they were still alive and try to communicate with surface. He would do some banging. You would do it on a regular schedule so that it was distinguishable from the background noises that are in the ocean all the time. So it is encouraging that there did seem to be a pattern to it. And, you know, we're going to continue to hold out hope.
Absolutely. Tom, do you think that would be, you said that would be exactly what he would be doing. Is that, you think PH would be improvising, or is this some sort of, I don't know, standard protocol or procedure that you're familiar of when it comes to underwater emergencies?
It is a standard protocol for contacting any sort of rescue service that might be coming your way.
That is super interesting. You've described PH as a close friend. I want to play for you, Tom, what another ocean explorer, David Gallo, said about PH on CNN last night. Let me play this for you.
If P.H. Nargeolet was sitting here with me like he normally would be, this is what he would say to do. Let's just sit down together in a small room, figure out what needs to be done, and let's make it happen. Let's do it.
Tom, what do you think P.H. would be saying right now?
He would be exactly that. He is a very calm, collected expert in his field, and you know, we would have approached this in a very scientific manner, a very straightforward manner, and just get the fastest reaction out there that we could have. I've spent the last 2 days trying to get an effort out there. It's on its way now, and you know, I know that PH would have done the same thing for anybody else out there, whether he do them or not. The community would have drawn together just like you've seen it over the last couple of days, and we would do anything in our power to get out there. Never questioning costs, never questioning time, you know, just do it, drop everything.
Tom, talk to me about the effort, what you're trying to get out there and what you've seen that's been deployed so far. Talk to me about the scope and scale and what they're also up against in terms of trying to find them and get to them.
Well, some of the experts have already said that, you know, you see Navy assets going out there. That's very important because the Navy assets that are currently on their way are the assets that are experienced in finding things underwater and doing recoveries from some very deep water. It's some of the few assets that are available, and they will get there within the next day or so. That's the limitation, is it's very far out there, and you know, just getting this very heavy equipment moving, getting it to where it needs to be, mobilizing it on the ship. As you can imagine, when the ship goes out to sea, everything's got to be fastened down, so you're doing a lot of welding and things like that to make sure that it stays in place as the ship starts to roll in the seas. And then you know, it has to be able to take the load if you're doing a recovery. So there's a lot of work that has to be done, but these are all guys who do this routinely, and they do it quickly. And I think that you'll see some success in finding it quickly.
Where's your heart and head on this right now? I know you said that you want to hold out hope because you got to hold out hope for another day. You also know the realities of the risks and the dangers down there. I mean, you probably know it better than anybody.
My whole career has been in the very deep ocean, and I do know all the things that can happen, and I've run over all those in my head. You know, but I've seen miracles happen at sea as well, very unexpected things, very surprising things. So I'm going to continue to hold out hope. They still have some oxygen left, and you have to consider that the oxygen estimates are based on normal activities in the sub. One thing PH would have done is try to calm everybody down and keep them quiet so that they're using less oxygen. and potentially you can extend that beyond the estimates.
Tom, that's super important to consider in all of this. And thank you so much for coming on, having your level of expertise, and also just to hear about your friendship with PH and what you know he'd be doing down there right now is really important for everybody. Thank you so much, Tom.
You're quite welcome, Kate.
John?
It was a great discussion. This morning, we have a firsthand account of what it is like to take part in this kind of underwater adventure. 1 year ago, Simpsons writer Mike Reiss was on the very same submersible that is now missing in the Atlantic. He told a CNN affiliate about the dangers he prepared for ahead of the trip and described the various communication and navigational issues his team experienced during the dive.
It was just 11 months ago in this very same sub, and I see over on every dive we took, they lost communication. This is just one of the problems with this thing. And you know, I'm sure the world is very worried and that kind of thing, but something to know, having gone through it, is, you know, going in, how very dangerous this is. And it's not any bad reflection on Stockton Rush. It's his company and he designs it, but it's just that we are all part of this ongoing experiment. Before you even get on, you sign this long waiver that mentions possible death 3 times on the first page. It's just, so you know what you're getting into. And in fact, when I stepped onto the sub, I just knew, part of my mind was going, well, this could be the end.
Wow.
So that's it. I mostly, it's a very creepy feeling to think if they're alive down at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. And, just knowing, I don't think there's a way to get them out of a situation like that, and that they'll just be sitting there for 3 or 4 days before the oxygen runs out. Very, very scary thought.
Is scary indeed. I did note, Sarah, he said that every dive they took, they lost communication. So people who were involved with this, they had some awareness of issues that had been taking place.
Absolutely did. It's still terrifying.